Oh, let's start recording. So
This is going to be one of those videos.
This is going to be one of those podcasts.
This is going to be one of those videos.
We don't know what we're talking about. It's going to be State of the Union. We're talking about whatever we want. We don't know that whatever the name of this podcast is what we just decided the conversation just flowed to.
So I'm currently editing a thumbnail for Justin's Stomp in Paradise t-shirt that's going to be coming up soon. It's not a t-shirt, so it's fun, but I'm editing. So if you're clicking, it's not my fault. Blame Justin anyway. So this is going to be one of those videos. Yes, this is going to be one of those videos. So back in 2014, CM Punk, when he had his whole thing where he, left the company in January.
This is a good topic. CM Punk leaving, dude. Oh, man. Okay.
No. That's not what we're talking about. We'll save that for another day.
What?
Yeah. We'll save that for another day.
Oh, good.
No. This is about the dirt that happened around us. So back in 2014, when Punk left, stay tuned for a future episode of the podcast where we talk about Punk leaving because it's a very good topic that we should be doing now, but we're not. Anyway, Justin had a little video series where he would do a weekly video pretty much talking about CM Punk, if he's going to return,
It was so good because this was like when wrestling news was like hot, dude. Like once a week you would hear like these gems of like, is Punk coming back? Why he left? What actually happened? Did Triple H and him get into like a scuffle? Did him and Vince get into it? Like, what's going on? Why did this guy just randomly? I swear to God, I woke up one day, text from Breach and Miguel be like, did you hear this Punk stuff? I'm like, what? First of all, Miguel never texted me, and Breach never texted me. Like, it's very rare for them to text me. It's either like, it's like about like something like I don't know, like the Mania trip was coming around that time, so it's either like Mania talk, like and it was like urgent. Like this was just like I woke up like Punk. I'm like, what? What do you mean Punk? And then he's just gone.
So that is obviously like a big thing, but when it came to like the videos, it was basically a free for all because I feel like I uploaded like 17 like Punk's leaving, Punk is returning, Punk's returning at Raw, Punk's returning at Payback, Punk's scene in Chicago. That was the big thing. And I don't think many people understood that joke, but a lot of times like in 2014, I would like a bunch of us would like joke about the fact that Punk was seen in Chicago, and I titled a lot of my videos, Punk's seen in Chicago. And there was that little picture of him at O'Hare Airport where he's picking up AJ Lee. And the funny thing about that was, I think there was a time where like we were editing him out of that and we were putting him into different things, just like we did for the Jericho thing that one time. And obviously he was seen in Chicago because, I don't know if you know this, he lives in Chicago. So between me and Breach, Rappy maybe, Justin, Miguel even, everybody took advantage of this CM Punk, returns videos.
Okay, the OG video, CM Punk quits World Wrestling Entertainment 2014, 18 minutes, 35 seconds, 21,500 views, 22 comments, 65 likes, 65 dislikes.
I was able to, so then going from that, I was going to say, I was able to quote that video because we're not going to name any names, but there was a certain person on YouTube that basically, I said basically so many times in this video, I apologize, pretty much ripped off Justin's video word for word. Justin, do you remember that summer and like the back and forth that you had? Well, not even you had, that we turned into something. And what did you think when you saw that video where he basically said he had the hat, he had the sticker on the wall?
The sticker is the best part. Is because that sticker, the only reason I had that sticker is because it got stuck to me leaving an ROH show when the night Steen won the title, and it was on my jacket all night, and everyone kept telling me you have a sticker on your back, and I was like, whatever, don't worry about it. And then I went home, I saw the sticker, and I'm like, let me just slap this on the wall. This is like the night Steen won. This is the seat I sat in.
So
stickers there.
I mean, we turned it into a big thing, and it was just like funny because like that was like a thing that we would do. And I remember being in like Tommy's car one time, and we were joking about like, Punk scene in Chicago, and I would quote that video. And I don't know, that was just a meme in
All right, so
2014.
here we go. Here's a series of Punk videos. CM Punk quits World Wrestling Entertainment. I think a week later, I have a Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk SummerSlam 2013 plaque from WWE Shop. The week after, CM Punk retiring from World Wrestling Entertainment and joining UFC / CM Punk leaves WWE 2014. I have CM Punk leaves World Wrestling Entertainment 2014 / out of WrestleMania 30. So here we go. CM Punk returns to WWE 2014, WWE Elimination Chamber 2014. CM Punk returns to WWE 2014, Monday Night Raw 3/3/2014, which was a joke in our group because I was making a joke saying how I was going to fly to Chicago because literally news sites are reporting CM Punk is going to return that night and everything would be fine.
It was like March, I think.
It was March 3rd, 2014.
Because I know there was snow on the ground. And so the thing with that was I made a video about CM Punk's scene in Chicago. And me and Tommy were at Taco Bell. And he was driving. And so the whole thing was Justin was in Chicago. Like, that was the joke, that Justin was in Chicago. And I was sending a picture to tweet. And I remember not even setting up my phone, but I put my phone, I put my arm way out there, way away from me, and I just looked at Tommy and I took a picture and I sent it to Justin for him to tweet. I used to do that for some reason. I thought it was cool that these YouTubers in my school, I worked myself into a shoot years later.
Pop ourselves. It was literally we were just popping ourselves.
Yeah, we were popping ourselves because we thought that other people would think that we were actually in another place. And like I said, I worked myself into a shoot because years later, here we are, here I am driving past my school as a joke, everyone's in the car. Here we go. We're just gonna pass my school just because we can. We got a car full of people that shouldn't be here because they're from YouTube. And so the thing with that is little did we know what would happen. But in the background of the video, just there's this guy that walks by and it looks like Justin is walking by getting into the car. And it's one of those perfect accidents where it just kind of happened that way. And X amount of years later and Justin's actually here. And it's this payoff from however long ago.
2.5 years later I show up for real.
True. That was quick. Yeah, I forgot about that. 2016.
So my final video, which is 5 minutes long, CM Punk returns to WWE Payback 2014 in Chicago, Illinois.
Yes.
2.5 minutes, 2 minutes of that video, I talk about CM Punk possibly returning at Payback. 3 minutes of the video is a Oreo McFlurry review.
Yes. No, not any Oreo McFlurry.
Double extra Oreo McFlurry. There you go.
We got to get Kevin on the podcast to talk about that.
What a time. What a time. What a meme.
But
we're making memes pretty much during the YWC times.
Yeah, it was one of those things where we were kind of on the outs. I feel it was I was kind of only paying attention to people who were in our inner circle, if you will. Just because there were so many people that were starting YouTube videos. So it would be daily that a new person would join. I felt because wrestling was popping back in that time, and obviously Punk left, so everyone has thoughts about it. And the YWC was up in arms. And I remember.
So this video is YWC 2014. What I feel that was everyone talks about the peak of Skype in 2010. I feel a peak of Skype was also in 2014.
Yeah, I think our peak, it happened in 2014 because it was me, you, and Breach, and we were on a lot, back around that time. Obviously, there was a lot of other people, but we were the main, people that would be on every night, and that's that kind of led into making jokes and stuff like that. And so I think that was when we started the B Team clique. That was a joke that was going around. We had Matt Beast a part of it, and basically where it was a developmental for the clique, and we weren't technically a part of the clique, but we had this B Team.
NWO.
Yeah, it's like working for WWE, but you work for NXT. And I remember I had, like I did like a funeral for the B Team Click, and I did like a whole skit for that. Um, that was interesting. I don't know. It was just like like a fun time, and we just made videos and stuff. And then like everyone thought that Punk was going to come back at that Raw in March in Chicago, and then when that didn't happen, everyone was like, "Oh well, of course he's going to come back at Payback later that year." And that Payback,
because like the last year before it was in Chicago, and he left after Mania and didn't come back until Payback.
yeah. So that was like the big thing, and that Payback 2014 was like a crazy show because not only was it the first time that me and a friend of the show, K-Con Hawks, aka DM Punk 300, back in the day he was known as, but like he was at the show. Not only was it the first time that we hung out with Team Rai Rai, but that was the night that the Blackhawks were in Game 7 against the LA Kings in the Western Conference Final. And that was a big thing where it was a home game. And so it was like legitimately down the street from the Allstate Arena. Like, obviously not down the street, but it was at the United Center while we were at the Allstate Arena. And I remember in the video, we were just saying like, man, like we're here walking around the arena. Like I think me, Kyle, we walked around the arena a couple times, and then like Rai and his friend joined us for a little bit, like walking around the arena passing time. And me and Kyle like kind of said to each other, and this was the first time when I kind of took sports over wrestling. And I was like, I think one of us was like, if someone offered you a trade to have tickets to the Blackhawks game right now or go to the Payback, what would you choose? And I was like no hesitation. I was like 100% the Hawks game. Like there's no doubt in my mind I'd rather be at the Hawks game than this Payback show. Obviously, that Payback show was like interesting because you had the main event being the Shield's last match versus Legacy, or not Legacy. What the heck is their team? Evolution. It was Blue Tista.
Shield came back. Remember that whole run?
Let's not talk about that. It was Blue Tista and Triple H and Randy Orton versus the Shield, and they had their final pose. And then the next night, I think Seth Rollins.
It's Evolution's last match.
That's true. I did. Well, didn't they come back for something?
No, that was it. Batista left after that. And then after Triple H made fun of him, like, oh, good luck with your unsuccessful movie. And then Guardians of the Galaxy became the biggest movie in that year.
That's true. But, and then, Punk didn't show up on that. I think Stephanie McMahon made a joke about it.
Oh, man. Imagine thinking a Marvel movie was going to flop and, like it just kills it. And Batista's, like, not like a main person in the movie, but he's like a staple in the Marvel universe. Like people know who the Drax is and Batista is. He's like a meme god essentially in the Marvel universe.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like he's like one of the like in the Guardians of the Galaxy. He's I would say he's considered like a main role, not like the number one.
Like, out of everyone, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not a main guy, but like he's there, like people know who he is. He
wasn't big enough to stay when Thanos snapped, but he was still part of the thing. But yeah, and then I think like what happened after that, like with videos, like that summer was pretty crazy, so that's why it was like
either I was working, I was on Skype. Even I would go out, I would come home and go on Skype.
Yeah.
Because everyone would be on till like at least 3 a.m. So I could literally go out with my friends and come home like 1:30 or 1 a.m. and be like, oh hey, you guys are on still or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was wild.
That was fun because that was like like my junior year and senior year at high school were like big. So that was like the middle of them. And that was kind of like that was the last summer in high school, so that was like also a big thing. Yeah, I don't know. It was good times and we had fun. I want to go real quick before we end this and see what videos I uploaded because yesterday I was bored and I went through like the videos that I made just to see like I was looking for like figure videos and stuff like that. Like just the trips to Walmart because I did a lot for some for some reason, and I know why, because we were bored and we were kids and we had nothing else to do in this, suburb of Chicago. Um, for some reason, we went to Walmart a lot and we made videos about it. I feel like that's like a thing, just because I saw like Stevie Breach making his figure videos from there. So I was like, oh, like Walmart's like a safe space where I can go look at the figures and I can go, later on look at the cards. So that was like a big thing, and I just have a lot of videos from Walmart. I think I even we're getting close to it. It was, I want to say, Extreme Rules 2014. Yeah, Extreme Rules 2014 review live from Walmart. And I remember, like, I talked about the Triple H match. I went in front of the shovels and I talked about the Triple H match from Extreme Rules, and that popped myself. Just because that was like a fun, that was a fun thing to do. I made a video pretending like I was going to WrestleMania 30. That was fun.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I like went to the store and
look at this video. Predictions with Matt Beast and Jay Hardy Fan 54.
oh, let me tell you about that, dude. Okay, so the thing with WrestleMania 30 was at the time, a lot of people went to that show that would normally get on Skype. So it was down to me and Matt Beast and Jeff as the three people that were like,
Pinko Podcast episode 1, episode 2. What happened to that? Episode 3. What happened to that?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's just one of those things that just it turned into something else, and now we're doing this podcast. But I remember recording the prediction show, and it's like no one's going to see this because like everyone is like at Mania. So like it was a lot of fun because when was the last time those two made a prediction video for a wrestling show? So that was fun.
Top 6 favorite podcasts. Pick 5 though.
I think I did top 6 because I couldn't pick top 5. It was too hard to pick top 5. That was also the summer of the pack of 20 packs. The Lorenzo Bros were obsessed with the WWE wrestling pack of 20 packs, where it was a box filled with 20 different old wrestling packs. And I remember I bought 2 to send to them because that's how obsessed they were with them. Like, they sent me the money, and then I bought them at Toys R Us. Remember Toys R Us? People forget Toys R Us.
We still have in Canada,
Yeah, well, it's making a return. So, but I made a vlog. I made a vlog going to the Toys R Us because I hid them.
Boxes of WWE Topps WrestleMania 2014 cards.
What?
3 boxes of WWE Topps Road to WrestleMania 2014 cards.
When?
2015.
2015?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see. Road to Wrestle. Oh, there it is. Let's see it. I'm gonna watch it. That's how we're gonna end this video.
Hey, where's that burial video? That joke video we had? Is it still there?
Which one?
The burial of the B Team Click. Is that still there?
Oh yeah. Oh, dude.
What year was that? 2014?
That was 2014.
I can't find the video.
I know it's private.
Oh, send me that.
Hold on, I just
why do you
it's called In Memory.
Wait, hold on. Why do you private that video?
I don't know. It might be unlisted. Oh no, it's still there. The heck? Here.
Link it to me.
I think this is what you're talking about. I don't know if this is the
Rock make fun of my hole in my sweater.
Is that it? Hold on. Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. You just had the opening intro.
Yeah, like earlier today, the B Team Click. Are we still recording?
Aren't we?
I think so. I don't know. I think this is when that was the summer of Paige.
Oh yeah, Paige gloves. Mike never bought those Paige gloves.
I never bought them. See, look at that. See, even Justin knows. Breach always said I bought them, but I never bought them.
Breach is like the guy that buries the inside joke after it's like dead in the water.
Yeah.
But then sometimes he'll bring it back and I'll jump on the bandwagon, but sometimes I'll be like, didn't this joke die in like 2015 or something?
I bought those 3 boxes of Road to WrestleMania 2014 cards because that was like a couple days after I bought the package for 31.
No, that makes sense. And there you go. That was YWC 2014. It was probably like my peak of Skype and talking to everybody and going on trips.
And
And
you know
like,
what? Personal accomplishment, not really personal accomplishment, but personal video. I had one of my highest viewed videos in 2014. It was March of 2014. It was Huntley High School football field in Minecraft, which still to this day gets many, many views. And I still get comments about it from people that are now in high school, going to that school, either asking about it or saying, "Hey, you need to update this because it's obviously out of date because this was right when they first opened it," or "Hey, can you send me the map?" And honestly, for all I know, it's deleted somewhere because I don't know where it is. But the big thing that kind of like got going was the football like the football team, like they posted it in their like Facebook group with all the football players. And so a lot of times in school, during junior year and then especially in senior year, people will come up to me like, "Hey, I saw your football field in Minecraft video. Cool." And I'm like, "Thanks." Like, person I never talked to before. Like, thanks for watching. Like, in the flip side, a couple weeks ago we talked about people coming up to us like saying, "Hey, wrestling is fake," and that was freshman year versus junior and senior year when people are talking about Minecraft videos. So that's it.
what a time.
I
I
know.
feel
Look
like
at
we'll look
us.
back on 2020 on these Skype calls and be like, oh, remember we used to be on Skype every single day pretty much?
In 2020.
Yeah, like we'll look back around this time, like, even though we were stuck inside, at least we got to like revive the Skype one last time, you know?
Yeah, I mean it's never gonna be one last time because I mean now Skype is like Skype has turned into other outlets.
I
But
know. But like, I feel like one day we're going to be like, hey, remember that time we used to be on Skype every day?
hey, look at us.
Who would have thought? Not me, dude. We were. Anyways, we're out of here. You're.